up, guys? I know you're glad to be back. Got some new stuff for us. We're going to be lowering the G35. I already got some of it torn apart. We're already into it, but I'm going to go into a little more detail on what we're doing. We're also going to be hooking nitrous fully up. We're going to try and spray today, if not for sure in the next video, but let's get into this dropping the G down on the ground. Right, guys, so as you can see, we already got the wheel off. We got the knuckle off already from the upper control arm. So we're just going to be replacing this strut with our aftermarket. I already got the other side done. See if I can get a good view of it for you. Yeah. So we already got the new one in on the passenger side. We're just coming over here, going to gonna finish up the driver's side. Before we get started, just kind of going over what I'm doing. First off, I had to undo the knuckle. One of the things that I ran into on the other side that I wasn't expecting is I had to unhook the sway bar. We're going too low to keep the sway bars, so for right now I'm just unhooking the sway bar end links and letting them hang. Probably in a later video or maybe just off camera, I'm going to take the sway bar out just because it's going to be too low to hook it back up, and I don't feel like going through the whole getting new sway bar end links. But we're just going to unhook all these lines off of the bracket. Got a bolt on the other side. Got 3 bolts up top in the engine bay area, and then we have 1 nut and bolt right here, and then pretty much it's just a bunch of shimmying to get the new one in. Let me come from the top side and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Got these 3 bolts right here that bolt the coilover in. So we're going to be undoing those. This is the top of the coilover. So we're unbolting those and be able to drop it. This is what the new one looks like. All shiny bolts and that pretty red underneath it. So, all right, we're going to get into it. Start undoing the sway bar end links and then unbolting the strut. So what I'm doing now, oh sweaty, it's like 70 something degrees in Texas and it's hot. But what I had to do, zip tie the knuckle because this is not wanting to come off and that is in my way. So I'm gonna put wherever Big Betty went. Where'd she go? Here she, this is Big Betty. This is my breaker bar. It's Big Betty, but we had to create some room to get Big Betty in there so we could actually get a good bite on that nut so we can try and get it off and still save it so we can still use it for the new strut. But that's where we're at now. Gonna keep working on it. Keep watching. New update. We stripped the nut. So now gonna hammer a smaller socket on there, see if we can bust it off. And I'll go check the nut and bolt bin, see if we don't have something that'll actually fit back on there to replace what I just stripped out. But it is what it is. This stuff happens working on cars. You gotta be able to move forward. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try and beat this nut on here and I'll get back to you whenever we get the strut pulled out. Well guys, in great Texas fashion, it is now starting to rain. I don't know if you can see it, but it's now starting to rain. I had to pick up all the tools, get all the stuff put away, and I'm red. It's so hot outside. Well, not anymore now that it's raining, but gonna take a pause from the video, cool down a little bit. Hopefully this rain will go away. If it does, we'll pick the video back up where it is, but if not, we might have to cut it short for now. But we're gonna see how this weather turns out. Well, as you can see, the sun came back out. It's not raining no more. It's a little moist out here, but gonna get back to working on the car, try and get the new coilover put in so we can put it back on the ground, and I'm gonna try and drive this thing to my gas station right up the road and air up these tires, see if we can't get some stuff going. how much lower that is now. That's pretty nice. But so we still have the issue of this tire flatter than a pancake. And good Lord, that tire looks like a 6-year-old biker chick. That's just flat. But we're gonna try and limp it very slow to the gas station around the corner and see if we can make it without knocking one off the bead. And if we do, we'll limp her on back. Got a new battery in it. Got a new battery, but until we figure out why it is draining when it's not on, I'm going to be removing it and keeping the battery on a trickle charger. So let's get the first start up. Put this bitch back in park. Windshield wipers don't work. That's gonna get annoying right there. So I'm gonna open up our sunroof, even though it is like impossible to get back closed, but it is hot as shit in this car. I'll see y'all when we get to the gas station, if we make it. All right, so we got air in the tires, but I want you to listen to this. Pulling out on a little bitty slope. This is the exhaust hitting. Oh! We're gonna see how this drive goes, getting used to the car being this low. Let's get a little rip on this straightaway we got here. Woo! Been a while since I really ripped her. Oh, I was trying to get used to this. Ah! Woo! We're scraping on everything. That was a very small bump. Ooh. I'm nervous now driving on this road back here because it's just bumps everywhere. Like, Alvin doesn't have the smoothest roads by any means, but they're not that bad. It's really not that bad out here. It's just the car is so low and the exhaust running under the body of the car. It's just makes it even worse. So we're gonna do a little, once I find some smoother road, I'm gonna make it. Once I find some smoother road, we're gonna make a better hit. Ooh. Damn, this car is just scraping on everything, man. Oh, this is a bad one right here too. Ow! She boogies. Let's put it in manual shifting. Got some pops. Oh God. We still have this issue of hitting every little pothole, and it is just scraping every. I really want to cut the video, but I don't want y'all to think I'm exaggerating how small these bumps are that I'm hitting, and it's just I want you to see how often this thing is truly scraping on this little ride. We've only been going for 3 minutes, and I think, oh, there was another one, and we've hit probably 7 or 8 times. It's good Lord. And I need to do something. The heater is on in this car, and I don't have a dash to turn. Windshield wipers are still going, but it's like, good Lord, this thing is just It's almost too low. I'm not going to give up on the low life, but it's almost too low. But I think with some getting used to, I think we can get used to it. Alright, I'm gonna get back to the house. We'll pick this up whenever we get back. I'm gonna try not to flatten my exhaust, blow my motor up. Hey guys, made it back to the house, sitting in the back, relaxing, got the fan going over here, cooling off because it is hot. Didn't get to the nitrous today, but we're gonna save that for next video. I think we got enough with the nitrous to do a whole video on it. And I kind of want to go into a little more detail and explain some things for the people that don't know about it, and kind of the reasons why I chose nitrous instead of doing turbos or pro chargers or superchargers or whatever, why my preference is nitrous. But that, like I said, it's just my preference of why, and I'll kind of go into detail on why I feel that way. But I'm going to save that for another video. I'm going to throw in some clips too here at the end of my buddy's S10, because the last video we didn't get good footage of it. We were having some motor issues and some transmission issues, and just gonna throw some clips in there, but I am gonna make a whole video explaining why it was running the way it was running, and I really think y'all be interested on how we really messed that up, because we had that motor completely screwed, and I'm kind of gonna go through how we got it back where it needed to be. But hope y'all enjoyed. For now, like, subscribe. Let's keep this thing cranked up, man. Alright. We're going to see how fast this thing goes. In Mexico. Until we hit third gear. I'm gonna have to get a good video of it because that was amazing.